Can I share some custom capital success stories? Yes, a couple come to mind. As you may have heard us say, when we purchase from these merchant developers, we get great opportunities from them and pass it on to our investors. Well, here's where the rubber really meets the road. Those are great words. In the medical space, the national average cap rate for an ER center across the United States is 6.5. We sold it, a ER center, to this gentleman. He had been looking to do a deal with us for about 6 months, did a lot of diligence on us in Custom Capital. He buys it at an 8 cap. This particular property had about 8 months of post-close tenant improvements that the tenant was paying for. The deal still cash flowed month 1. They put a year's worth of rent in escrow. So while they were doing the build out, the investor still cash flowed month 1. The tenant is paying for the post-close tenant improvements. And during the build out, this investor had 3 unsolicited offers on his property. He accepted an offer and made $1.8 million in profit in about 8 months. They really essentially, what this company did is came in and paid him a 6.5 cap, all right, and then he made his profit. So that's one success story that comes to mind. Another success story is we had a busy professional. He was a dentist, never bought commercial real estate, was too busy, had a wonderful practice that he had built, young gentleman, and he started with 1 property with us. He trusted us. Within 2 years, he bought 2 other properties, and this gentleman's net worth on commercial real estate in 2 years, with some wonderful deals that we were able to structure for him with down payments and financing. This gentleman had a $20 million, approximate $20 million commercial real estate port with 2 years within Custom Capital. He's really grateful for that, and we're really proud we were able to help him get there. Another success story is success in a little bit of a different way that comes to mind. We had an investor that came to one of our webinars without us knowing, watching our webinars. He watched several webinars and kind of got a little interested, but just like a lot of people, were somewhat skeptical. He shared this story with me, and he said, I brought in my wife to watch about the 3rd webinar, and he said, she is the most skeptical person that I have ever met. And he said, well, what do you think? And she said, I think you should hire a private detective. He said, so I did. I hired a private detective, and I did backgrounds on you, your partner, Patrick, Custom Capital. He said to me, I asked my friend for a private detective. He introduced me to a private detective, and he said he's one of the best in the country. He says, if there's anything to find, he'll find it. Talk to the private detective. He says, give me a week. He comes back. He says, everything's clean. He sent us the detective's analysis and report. That gentleman purchased a property with us, closed, is cash flowing. He came on to one of our webinars recently and gave his testimony and told all of our webinar attendees about his experience, all the things that he did. But the reason why I'm saying this is a success story, what he said was, I was skeptical. Custom Capital delivered on all of their promises just like they said they would. He said, even at closing, he said, when I was talking to the banker that gave the loan, he'd been doing commercial real estate for about 30 years. He said to the banker, he says, you know, I paid about an 8 cap, and I'm seeing the market's 6.5, a little lower. And the investment banker said, yeah, you're right. This is a great deal. And he said, my only regret is that I only bought 1. I wish I would have put less capital down and bought 2 of them. And for me, that was a real success story as well. Those are just a few of the success stories that come to my mind. We've done over 120 deals, got 40 deals in the pipeline. There's more success stories, but I'd like to say, I always like to prove it because anybody can say anything. We have video testimonials from many of our investors. If you're interested to see them, talk to one of our associates. We can get you the videos. And so anyway, I hope that helps.